Hello, my name is Danielle Sanders. Welcome to your daily practice today. We're going to begin right away this morning in our easy pose or crisscross. If this is uncomfortable or puts too much pressure on your ankles or knees, you can get a blanket or block to put just beneath the sit bones to raise you up a bit, to take that pressure off. We'll begin here, finding our breath. Breathe in through the nose, exhaling from the mouth. And open your mouth as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to settle in onto your mat, releasing those tasks for the rest of the day. Any thoughts or worries, let them release out on your exhale. On your next inhale, fill the lungs completely. Exhaling to twist to the left. Gently bringing your right hand to the left knee. Continue your breath here, inhaling to add length to your spine. Exhaling to twist just a bit further. One more full inhale here. Exhaling back to center and finding your breath. Inhale to fill the lungs. Exhale, twist to the right. Bringing the left hand to the right knee. Inhale to bring that spine some length. Exhaling to add to your twist. One more full inhale here. Exhaling back to your center. Coming back to your breath. On your next inhale, slowly begin shoulder circles, whether they're big or small. You're starting with whichever direction your body feels is right. And changing direction whenever you feel it's right. Just loosening up the shoulders. A nice big stretch today through all parts of the body. And on your next inhale, bring those shoulders all the way up to your ears. And exhale to send them down your spine into your back pockets for a nice open heart, open chest. And as you're ready, let's stretch out the neck and head with some shoulder circles. Neck circles. We'll go to our neck. Taking those circles as big or as small as you'd like. Just exploring our neck and spine. Staying with the breath. Any of those thoughts or tasks sneak in, simply release them out. Bring your attention and awareness into the neck and the neck only. Coming back to neutral in your own time and breath. Let's reset these shoulders. Bring them up to your ears on an inhale. Exhale to send them to the back pockets. And as slowly as you can, bring your feet, the bottoms of your feet, to touch. Coming into a bound angle. Whether that blanket or block is beneath your sit bones or not, gently bringing the feet to touch. We'll take a few breaths here, bringing that attention into our hips and lower spine. Take a few breaths here just to explore and feel. Relaxing the knees down towards your mat. As you find your breath, from here, we're going to take an inhale to fill our lungs, just as we did in the beginning. Inhale. Exhaling to bring our right hand to our left foot. Exhale, twist to the left. And don't let your knees tense up here. Try to keep those knees relaxed down towards your mat. Easing your body into relaxation with each exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale back to center. Take a moment just to feel the differences between your hips. Inhale to fill the lungs. Exhale, left hand comes to right foot. Exhale, twist. Reaching that right hand behind you with your fingertips touching the ground to help for stability here. We don't have to reach out unless you want that added stretch here. You can bring your arm out and back or straight down just for that stability. Relax the hips here. Don't let them tense up. One more inhale to fill the lungs. Exhaling back to center. Finding your breath. time, we'll inhale to fill our lungs completely. Exhale, flat back, flat spine, forward fold, bringing your heart over your toes. Breathing into both hips, feeling the whole spine stretch. Relax your head and neck here. If your head and neck can relax, the whole rest of the spine will follow. One more inhale. Slowly come up on the exhale. On your next exhale, let's send these legs out, straight out in front. I'm gonna turn here. If you have a mat or block, you can remove it at this time. We want those sit bones to be nice and flush with the floor. So if you've got extra padding in the tush, make sure you kind of move that out of the way to give your hips a nice, flat, steady surface. And stretching our legs out, take a moment here to feel if there's any tightness in the calves, hamstrings, maybe your knees or lower back. If you have tightness, you can keep a little bend here. We don't have to try to keep our legs glued to the mat. Of course, that is the goal, but we don't want to add too much strain on our muscles as we stretch. Finding a nice flat back here. We'll take a few breaths to roll our ankles. We did our shoulders and neck, so let's take a few breaths here, stretching out those ankles. Coming to rest or neutral in your own time and breath. Kicking through those heels. Keep those legs activated, nice and stretched. We're going to place our hands, the palms of our hands, on each side of our hips. So pressing into the ground here, spread your fingers apart. We'll inhale to push into the ground, just bringing our spine off our mat. So you're kind of levitating here, taking the pressure off the spine, letting gravity, the weight of your body, pull your spine down. One more inhale, slowly releasing on the exhale. On your next inhale, we'll bring the arms all the way overhead. Exhale to forward fold, reaching for those toes. And again, if your legs are super tight, back's tight, keep a little bend. Doesn't have to be glued to your mat here. Finding length on your inhales and furthering your stretch on your exhales. Ease into it. One more inhale here. Slowly release on the exhale. Check in with your body just for a moment. And We'll increase our stretch on our legs just a bit more. On your next inhale, bend your left knee, just enough to where your hands can grab onto your left foot. It's very important here that we kick through our right heel as we prepare for our pose. On your next inhale, bring the left leg up, easing that left leg straight. Keeping a nice flat back and keeping a bend to this left knee if you need it. This is heron pose. Breathing through your heron pose. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale to bend the left knee and bring the left foot to the outside of the right knee. So just placing it down on your mat on the other side. So you got kind of this twist going on here. Holding onto your knee with both hands, take a few breaths here. And still kicking through that right heel. Keep that right leg activated. I'm gonna add a little spinal twist here. Inhale, exhale to twist to the left, either bringing your right hand to your left knee, left hand comes behind to look behind you, or you can take your right elbow right onto the knee, put the hand out. This will give you a little more twist, but just don't take it too far. Like I said, if you're here, that's just fine as well. Take an inhale here. Exhale to twist further. And then our spinal twist, we really need to breathe. Full inhale. Full exhales. One more inhale. Slowly releasing on the exhale. You can bring that left foot back over. Take one more inhale here just to give it a little squeeze. Exhale to release it out to meet the right. Bringing that nice steady place and feeling out the difference between our legs here. Kind of wiggle them around if you want, but you should be able to feel quite the difference just in stretch between your left leg and your right at this time. On your next inhale, we'll bend our right knee and that right foot close enough to grab a hold of. Same thing here. Left foot is very active, very activated. Kicking through the left heel, we'll inhale to bring our right foot up. And one leg, maybe tighter than the other. So again, if this leg is more bent than the other, that's all right. That's part of the goals or plan of yoga, is to kind of even the body out. So kicking through the left heel, then breathing through your heron. One more inhale. Exhale to gently release. Bring that right foot just to the outside of the left knee, placing it on the mat or ground beside you. Find that nice flat back. Take a few breaths here. Still kicking through the left heel. One more inhale. Exhale, twist. Finding that twist in the spine. Inhale. Exhale to twist further. More full inhale. Exhale back to center. We can bring that right foot back to its side. Okay, one last squeeze. Exhale, release. Coming from here, let's come to our staff pose again. We'll plant our palms on each side of the hips, fingers spread apart. Nice firm posture here. Inhale, push to lift those hips off your mat. Inhale. Gently release on the exhale. Kicking through both heels. We'll inhale both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, reaching for the toes. Relax the neck. One more full inhale. Gently walk your hands and torso back up on your exhale. From here, make sure you have enough space behind you to lie flat. So if you've got to scooch up a little bit, do so at this time. We'll make sure we inhale the arms out, reaching forward as though someone's handing you something. So reaching, exhale all the way back down onto your mat. Let your feet fall open, palms face the ceiling, shoulders come further away from your ears. Find your breath and take a moment here to explore any areas of tightness in your body. Maybe you're completely relaxed. Those thoughts or tasks have snuck into your brain, gently release them back out. You can come back to them after our practice today. This is your time for you to connect with your body and let the mind rest. No working minds. On your next inhale, slowly bend your left knee, bringing your left foot to your mat. And then we'll bring our right. Coming into a constructive rest pose. So you want your feet to be just behind your hips. You want them to be hips width distance apart. You don't want to lose that or compromise that. From here, we want to try to draw that lower back, your lower spine down towards your mat. And we'll start to kind of loosen up the spine a little bit by doing little rolls. So drawing your pelvis down and then lowering that sway. So kind of rocking back and forth. Feeling out that lower spine. Bring your hands, your palms down to your mat or the ground, just to add that little bit of support here, that grounding feeling. As we explore the movement in the hips and pelvis. Loosening it up before we get some work going. And coming back to neutral in your own time and breath. And make sure our spine is nice and flat in our constructive rest. So drawing that lower spine down towards the mat. From here, we're preparing for a bridge. We're going to push into the palms of the hands. And on an inhale, push into the feet to float the hips up into your bridge. Find your breath here. Stretching through the belly, all parts of the spine. Drawing your chin down towards your chest. One more full inhale. Gently releasing back to your mat on your exhale. Well, we've done some spine work this morning. So let's take our feet to the edge of our mat on both sides. The left foot goes to left edge. The right foot goes to the right. On an exhale, allow your knees to fall into each other until they're touching. From here, you may need to move your hands to your belly. From here, you're going to rock your legs side to side, windshield wiper, back and forth. Exploring both sides, and maybe one side can touch and the other can't, and that's okay. Just exploring here. And allowing our spine to rest and reset. Being very gentle today in all these stretches and twists. Coming back to neutral, your neutral constructive rest in your own time and breath. Walking those feet in, back to their hip width distance apart. From here, we're going to draw our arms back down to our sides, palms facing the mat. We're going to add another movement on here to our bridge. So make sure you're gripping down with all parts of your feet and toes. On your next inhale, we're going to lift our arms up and back overhead with our hips. Exhale, we'll come back down, just like that, okay? Except with our hips too. So inhale to push. Exhale to release. take these in your own time and breath. Take 3 more. On your last one, really stretch up. Push those hips up high. Exhale, release. Find your constructive rest. And from here, we're going to take our feet, the insides of our feet to touch, knees to touch all parts of the legs. Inhale. And on your exhale, open the knees, let them fall open, coming into a bound angle on the ground. And your arms to add a little bit of weight. Again, no pushing, but just resting here to add some weight to open the hips. You can bring them to your belly. You can bring them overhead, wherever your arms are comfortable. Just take a few breaths here. One more full inhale. And on your exhale, no matter where your arms are, we're going to bring our hands to the outside of our knees and help them come back up on the inhale. Finding that nice, flat, constructive rest in the spine. We're going to take our feet out to the edge. And again, drop those knees in. And gently windshield wiper back and forth. But this time, let's stop on each windshield and each wiper. So if you want to stay on one side and then gently go to the other. Rest, let it sink down. Everything we're doing today, do with care and with your body's permission. Don't force anything today. Go with the flow. Just providing those opportunities for your body. And coming back to neutral in your own time and breath. Finding that constructive rest pose. We'll walk our feet in to that hip width distance. And from here, on your next inhale, we're going to draw both knees into the heart, holding onto them with either our arms or hands. Take a few breaths here. You can rock side to side, using your hands or arms on your legs as your steering wheel. Let's massage our lower back, spine, and hips. Bringing those knees in for our wind release pose. So for obvious reasons, this pose draws your navel in and kind of squeezes your insides. So there's any excess air inside, it just may come out in this wind release pose, and that is okay. Just creating that space as we massage our lower back and our hips. We're gonna dig a little deeper into our hip stretch here. Coming back to your neutral wind release. Hug those knees into your heart. Bringing your left hand to your left knee, right hand to your right. On your next exhale, widen the knees apart, reaching into the legs to grab the bottoms of each foot. So this is happy baby pose. In this pose, we're drawing our tailbone down towards the mat. I'm going to add length to your spine while your hands gently draw your knees down to open up the hips. Find your breath here. Even here you can rock side to side, exploring your happy baby pose. As you're ready, gently release your feet and hug those knees back into your heart, coming back into that wind release pose. And from here, we're going to come back up to a sit on our mat. So you have a choice here. You can either release your knees down on an exhale, coming back to your constructive rest. From here, you roll onto your side in the fetal position, planting your hand down and gently pushing up to a seated position. Or if you want to be in your wind release pose and roll up to a sit, you can do that as well. All the way up. Now I'm going to take our time here, coming back into our easy pose. Take a moment here to allow your body and mind, brain to acclimate to being upright. Find your breath. On your next exhale, gently release your hands down to your sides, stretching them out a bit. So you want them straight, you don't want them kind of loosey-goosey. You want them out. Just the fingertips are touching the ground or your mat. From here, take an inhale to turn your left palm up to face the ceiling, bringing it all the way up and over to the right side of your face. Just like you're kind of holding your face here. On your exhale, drop your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Find your breath. Once you're comfortable, you can even walk your right fingertips out a little bit to add to your stretch. One more inhale. Exhale to release the left hand back down. Roll your neck just a bit. Stretch. And come back to neutral here. Again, just noticing the differences between the two sides. right palm to face the ceiling, bringing it up and over, resting it on the left side of the face. Exhale, release the right ear down to the right shoulder. And find your breath. Maybe walking those left fingertips out. One more inhale. Exhale, release the right hand. And those arms and hands can come back to the knees or wherever they're comfortable. Take a few breaths to explore the neck, rolling the neck and head. Those areas of tightness or discomfort. And coming back to neutral in your own time and breath. Finding your easy pose. Inhale to bring the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale to put them back in your back pockets. Take a moment just to breathe. Set your intention for the rest of your day. Maybe for the rest of your evening or night. And release all that no longer serves you. Feel the lightness in your body and mind. On your next inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead, touching the palms together. Send your fingertips to the sky. Exhale to bring your hands and palms down the center of the body to your Namaste prayer with your gaze to follow. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for your practice today. Go forward with lightness in your body and mind, and remember your daily practice. Until next time, friends.